Good evening, everyone. Okay. Let us start this session. So we have to discuss about the next part of digital, right? Actually, what we saw yesterday, we had been discussed about the basic properties of digital electronics, and we saw some theorems, and we saw how to apply it in order to bring the output of any switches, right? We saw many switches, and we have seen the procedures in order to bring the output of any type of switches, right? Now in today's session, we are going to learn the basics of min terms and max terms, and what kind of relations that we are having in between min terms and max term, right? And that is the way that we are writing. That is, these are all the two more standard way that we are using in order to represent the Boolean variables, right? Yes. Now they are called min terms and max terms, and they can also be considered as sum of product. That is, we are going to write that functions in the format is called sum of product and product of sum, right? So we are using two standard formats, right? And apart from that, we are going to design one more special map that is called k-map, right? That is the simplified version, because when we have more number of variables, or sometimes if your equations may not be simply simplified just with the help of normal procedure that we saw already, right? இப்போ நார்மலாக ஒரு பூலியன் எக்ஸ்பிரஷன்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க அப்படின்னா அந்த எக்ஸ்பிரஷனை நீங்கள் டைரெக்டாக அப்படியே சிம்பிளிஃபை பண்ணும்போது யூ மே நாட் கெட் தி ஆன்சர், right? So in order to get the exact value, and one more thing enna appadina, you may not get the answer appadina, meaning enna, the thing is you are thinking adu solution vandu endha mari kondu varadhu அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கான clear-ஆன ஐடியா வந்து we are not getting usually in our normal Boolean algebra. But if you are going up with k-map, நீங்கள் k-map procedure யூஸ் பண்ணி வந்து ஒரு எக்ஸ்பிரஷன் வந்து சிம்பிளிஃபை பண்ணுறீங்க அப்படின்னா, simply in a shortest way you will get the answer directly, right? So one step, just you have to draw the k-map and you have to write the answer. That's over, right? So that is usually what we are doing in k-map, right? So in today's session we are going to understand how to develop the k-map, and what is the what do you mean by min terms, and what do you mean by max terms, and all we are going to learn one by one, right? So let's start this session. First, let me give introduction for min terms and max terms, right? So usually we are going to use two type of logic here, right? We are going to use two types of logic here. Min terms, in min terms we are going to consider logic 1. In max terms we are going to use logic 0, right? All are postulates, just keep, right? So max terms abina we are going to follow zeros, and in min terms we are going to follow ones. That is, our target is we have to always maintain this one with all type of variables. What do I mean? For an example, I have a variable a, right? I have a variable a. For this variable I have two possibilities: either it might be 0 or it might be 1, right? But if you want to write this function in min terms, always you cannot consider min terms, that is, you cannot consider 0 in min terms, right? If you have 0, then you have to take complement for the 0. It means actually for a we are considering 0, but 0 cannot be represented in min term format. I will have to take bar for your a. When a is said to be 0, we have to take bar for that in order to write this function in min terms. If you have 1, then there is no problem, right? A is 1, then directly you can take the value of a, because I'm in need of 1 only, right? For an example, I have two variables like this, a, b, right? So a, b, you all know it has 4 combinations: 0 0, 0 1, 1 0, 1 1, right? First, in min terms we are using and multiplication, right? So we are using and, that is, we are representing the function by using and then we are going to perform. Once you find and, the second operation is right with this, right? So second we are going to perform or operation also. Let's see all those things one by one. First thing, see, I have 0 0 here, right? Exactly. But the thing is, what I had been told you, 0 is not acceptable in min terms, so you have to take bar. If a is 0, then I cannot consider a directly, I have to take a bar, right? Similarly, if b is 0, I cannot directly consider b, we have to consider b bar, and since first we have to use and such that they will be multiplied, right? So that is how we are writing the min term. Later I will tell you how to write this function in terms of or, right? Or gate use பண்ணி நம்ம எப்படி எழுதுறோம்னு அப்புறம் பார்க்கலாம். First and term, right? If I have 0 1, then how will you write? See, 0 is not acceptable in min term, we have to take complement. Similarly, for 1 we can directly take, there is no issues. Similarly, I have 1, directly I can take because output is 1 only, and if I have 0 0 is not acceptable, right? We should take complement such that b complement. Like if I have 1 1, yeah, happily you can write because both are 1 1. So this is the representation of min terms. Clear? Yes. Let us consider max terms. Then let us take the same variables a, b, right? Once again, there are four possibilities for a, b: 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Totally we have four possibilities. Now, how do I represent these things in max terms? Max terms abdina, we should consider 0 only, and here we are going to perform OR operation. Right, we have to do. So here we are doing AND operation. In max terms we are performing OR operation, right? So in OR, first thing is, for 0 we can directly take, if a is 0, then we can consider a. Why? Because I am requiring, my demand is in the output side, I want just 0, right? Yeah, I am having 0, I am just directly considering that one, right? Similarly, when I am looking for b, directly b also having 0, happily you can take, and since we are performing OR operation, so we have to add them, right? Next, let's take 0, 1. If I have 0, 0 is acceptable, right? And for b I have 1. Is it acceptable? No, right? Only zeros are acceptable. So we should take complement for b, and then since we are performing OR operation, we can directly write like this. Similarly, if I have 1, 1 is not acceptable, so we have to take complement, and then we can perform OR operation in between these two people, and then 0 is acceptable, so directly I can consider b. Last, I have 1, 1, so I can consider a, right? But a is not possible because we should take complement, right? 0 is only acceptable, 1 is not acceptable, such that I am taking complement for a. Similarly, we have to take complement for b also, such that 1 bar will become 0, 1 bar will become 0, so 0 plus 0 is acceptable, right? So max terms means we should always consider 0, min terms means we have to always consider 1, right? So let us consider three variables. Let us consider three variables, right? Let me consider three variables. Once again, let us write min terms first in order to get the clear idea. Min terms, I need what? 1. Max terms, we have to consider 0. Right? Max terms, we have to consider 0. Right? So let's write. In min terms, what I am going to do? Very simple. Let's continue. Three variables. Three variables in the sense A, B, C. Here also we are going to consider three variables A, B, C. Right? Now let's write the variable possibilities for the function. A, B, C can be considered as what? Three possibilities. Sorry, 8 possibilities are there. 0, 0, 0. We can consider 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Do you all agree with me? Yes. Now how do I express this function, right? In min terms. If you want to write this function in min terms, first we should consider AND operation. We have to perform AND operation. In max terms, we are performing OR operation. Similarly, in min terms, we should keep 1 only. In max terms, we have to keep 0 only, right? So in that condition, let's continue. Since I have 0 here, 0 is not acceptable. We have to take complement, and then we have to perform AND operation. So let me put a dot here, and then 0 is not possible. We should take complement. Yes, 0 is not possible. We should take complement such that all are going to be 1. Yes, our operation is satisfied. Let's continue our journey with the second variable. A is 0. Yeah, 0 is not acceptable. We should take complement because we should maintain 1 for min terms. Similarly, B is also 0, but 0 is not acceptable. We should take complement. Similarly, C is 1. Yes, we can directly accept. So let me write, because my objective is 1 only. Let's continue our journey with the third one. See this one. See, first one 0. We should take complement for 0, and then we have to consider B, and then again we should take complement for C also. Let's continue our journey with the next one. This is 0, right? 0 is not acceptable. Yes, but rest of people are being acceptable. Let's continue. Next A. Similarly, we have to take B bar, C bar. Next A. 0 is not acceptable, so we should take complement. Next A, B, C bar, such that A, B, C. Finally, we got A, B, C, right? Let's continue. Let us do the same thing for max terms, right? So if you want to write in max terms also, there are 8 possibilities. Yeah. Now there are 8 possibilities. Let's consider. First of all, we should perform OR operation, and we have to consider output as 0. Yes, I am having 0 here. Let's continue. Directly we can take A itself, and then we have to perform OR operation, and then B is also having 0. Happily you can consider. C is also having 0. Happily you can consider. let's continue our journey with this, right? So the next one is next 0 0 1 எப்படி எழுதுவீங்க? A is A itself, B is B itself. For C we should take complement. Similarly third one will become what? A is 0, happily you can write, but B I have to take complement because 1 is not acceptable, right? C we can directly write, yes. Now third, this one 0 we can directly write, B is not acceptable, C is not acceptable. Fourth one, A we have to take complement, yes. B is acceptable, C is acceptable, yes. Next A is not acceptable, B is acceptable, C is not acceptable, right? Next A is not acceptable, B is also not acceptable, C is acceptable. Next A is not acceptable, B is also not acceptable, C is also not acceptable, such that we should take complement for all people in order to maintain the output as 0. Clear? So that is how we are writing, that is how we are differentiating max terms and min terms from each other. Now I am just raising one more question against of you. Listen guys, this is min term. For 0 0 0 in min terms I got A bar dot B bar dot C bar, right? For the same 0 0 0 in max terms I got A plus B plus C. Let's see the relation between min terms and max terms first, right? So let me take this A bar B bar C bar outside. Let us take A bar dot B bar dot C bar, right? Let me take whole bar for this function. If we take whole bar for this function, according to De Morgan's theorem, A bar dot B bar dot C whole bar, that is A dot B dot C whole bar, can be written as, right, A bar plus B bar plus C bar. I am just treating A bar B bar C, but all are in product. According to De Morgan's theorem, this can be written as A plus, that is A bar plus B bar plus C bar, such that bars are getting cancelled. We are getting what? A plus B plus C. What is this? See, for 0 0 0 in min terms we are writing A bar B bar C bar. In max terms we are writing A plus B plus C. See that I am getting max term now. Similarly you can consider any variable that you want. So the conclusion is what? If you take complement for min term, that will give you the equivalent max term. If you take complement for max term, see, let me do one thing. Again take complement for this A plus B plus C whole bar complement everything up. Now according to De Morgan's law, it can be rewritten as A bar dot B bar dot C bar. Am I correct? Yes, I am getting equivalent value of min term. So what is the conclusion here? So the relation between min terms and max terms are, they are always complement of each other, right? So min term and max term are always complement of each other. Min and max term are always complement of each other, right? Are always complement of each other. Just you can make a note. That's all. Are always complement of each other. That's all. That is the conclusion or relation that we are getting in between min terms and max terms, right? So let's continue our journey. Next we have to discuss about sum of product and product of sum, right? Now what is the difference between sum of product and product of sum, right? There are no big difference. It's almost same as that is, now we know min terms and max terms, no? That is enough. From here we can directly understand sum of product and product of sum, right? So now collect all min terms, right? Collect all min terms, right? Just by using sum of, right? I'm just collecting summation of min terms is simply called sum of products. Summation of min terms. Min terms means you can consider, for an example, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am considering 3 variables. So sum of min terms is called sum of product. What do I mean? Am I confusing you? No. Let us understand, right? What do I mean? For an example, let us consider 3 variables. 3 variables, we should consider A, B, C. Exactly. It has 8 possibilities: 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Yes, that is our digital system. Right now in the digital system, let's consider sum of product. In the sense we have to see there, first of all we should write the min terms. How will you write the min terms for this? Min terms can be written as A bar, B bar, C bar. First term. Second term can be written as A bar, B bar dot C. Third term can be written as A bar, B, C bar. Fourth term can be written as A bar, B, C. Fifth term can be written as A, B bar, C bar. Next term can be written as A, B bar, C, and then we have to write A, B, C bar. Next we shall consider A, B, C. Of course, so first we had performed AND operation. Already நம்ம என்ன operation perform பண்ணிருக்கோம்? AND operation. That is called product, right? In digital, AND means that is called what? Product. Now I'm requesting you to perform OR operation. OR operation in the sense, just add all these groups. Just add all this group. Clear? Such that how many terms will you get? If I will add all these things, it can be written as, so summation of min terms means, yeah, let us continue. Second, for A we are going to consider A bar, B bar, C. For next term we are going to consider A bar, B, C bar. Like you can extend, right? You can add all variables up to A, B, C. Clear? So that is called sum of product. What do you mean? Guys, listen, that is sum of products. Sum of products. It will be continuous. That is called sum of product. Simply, that is what do you mean by sum of product, right? So let us write the product of sum. Now, what do you mean by product of sum? That is very simple, right? So product of sum in the sense, let me consider in the same case, let me write directly here itself. In that idhe 0 0 0 product of sum enna varum? See, first let me write product of sum can be represented by, it will be represented by pi format, right? And here we are using caps M, and let us consider same variables 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If it will be represented like this, then that is called product of sum. But here this M denotes the max terms, caps M denotes the max term, small m denotes the min terms, right? So such that, so here we are going to consider product of sum, right? What do I mean? Let us write the see max terms for these variables. Max terms it can be written as A plus B plus C. That is the max term of 0 0 0. What about the max term of second person? That is going to be A plus B plus C bar. What about the max term of third person? That is going to be A plus B bar plus C. What about the max term of the fourth person? That is going to be A plus B bar plus C bar. Next person, that is going to be A bar plus B plus C. Next it is going to be A. Next it is going to be A plus B plus C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, we consider all these combinations. So let us club them together. See what I had been told you, that is called product of sum. Already we had performed OR operation. In max terms, step number 1 we have to perform OR operation. Step number 2 we have to perform AND operation, right? So what is the conclusion? Now the next step I have to perform AND operation. AND means multiplication. So product of sum means this sum are going to be multiplied with each other. We have to consider dot, such that this answer can be written as A plus B plus C into second term is going to be A plus B plus C bar into third term is going to be, right? So let us consider where is third term, that is A plus B bar plus C, that is the third term. Yes, so it will be continuous up to the last term. Last term is A plus B plus C. So that is how we are writing what I can say product of sum, right? So if you notice these two things carefully, what I have done here, in sum of products, first we have to perform AND operation, and then we have to perform OR operation, right? So step number 1 we have to perform AND operation. Step number 2 we have to perform OR operation in case of sum of product. Whereas in product of sum, first we have to perform OR operation and then we have to perform AND operation, multiplication. See there, that is product of sum. Product of sum, it will be continuous. So that is first we should perform OR operation, addition, and then we have to perform AND operation, such that it will be the combination of OR plus AND. It is going to be AND plus OR. So here we are going to perform AND first and then OR. Here we are performing OR first and then we are performing AND operation. So that is the difference between sum of product and product of sum. That is the difference between sum of product and product of sum, right? So let us see. I hope things are very clear to you all. Now the thing is, already what we had been observed, right? So the observation is, let's see, right? 1 second. Okay. See, let us consider, right? I am considering a certain variable AB, right? Or otherwise, let us do one thing. Sum of product is given as sum of product term, that is sum of min term. They are considering 0 comma 2. They are considering two variables, right? Now two variable system, right? It is given as, actually here they are considering two functions a comma b. It is given like this. Sum of product அப்படினா இது எப்படி எழுதுவீங்க? So in sum of product form, this function can be written as, right? How will you write this one? Two variables in the sense a, b. We have four combinations for this 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. But what they had told here in sum of product, right? See, 0 0 and 2 only they are considering in sum of product. It means in the output side this function can be written as, guys listen, for 0 2 only you will have to consider your output value as 1. Rest of 2 people are going to be 0, right? Why we are writing the output as like this, right? Why? Because we all know while performing sum of product operation, that is in sum of product, I told you we are considering min terms. Output of the min term will always going to be 1 when we are considering min term operation. So in these two variable combinations, since they are considering only 0 and 2 as the sum of product, it means in sum of product we are going to consider this is 0, this is 2. For these two people only we are going to get 1, that is min term. For rest of people we are going to get 0. 0 means this is called max term. Let's see. So what is the conclusion here? Since given it is sum of product form la inga rendu per irukanga appdin sollirukanga, in the four possible combinations la two possible மட்டும் sum of product la இருக்கு. அது நீங்க எப்படி எழுதுவீங்க? So this function can be, its correspondent answer can be written as, இது எப்படி எழுதுவீங்க? A, I have 0, 0 is not acceptable. B also 0, that is also not acceptable, and I have to find the dot of them. Similarly for this person, how will you find? 1 is acceptable but 0 is not acceptable. We should take complement for this, such that if I'll group these two people, see there, this is, I have to write this function in sum of product, right? So product is over now, AND operation is performed. Now we have to perform OR operation. First we have to perform AND operation, second we have to perform OR operation, such that this net function answer can be written as a bar b bar plus a b bar. Shall we write like this? Of course we can reduce this function further, but let us keep this function itself, right? Now what I am going to do, the thing is, next let us consider the second person. What is the second person, right? So where is our second person? This is our second person, right? So if second person yaar iruka, 0 and 0. See guys listen, 0 and 1 are going to be min terms, right? If 0 1 வந்து min term இருக்கு அப்படினா automatically what I can say, we can say, sorry, 0 and 2 are min terms. Automatically we can say 1 and this is 3, right? 1 and 3 are called max terms, because in max term only your output is going to be 0, right? In max term only your output is going to be 0, right? So what is the conclusion here? We can say like this. So for the min term, right, so its equivalent variables are 0 and 2, right? Sorry, 0 and 2. Similarly, right, for max terms, let us write, இப்போ 0 2 வந்து மின் டேர்மா இருக்கு அப்படினா ரிமைனிங் இருக்க வேரியபிள்லாம் மேக்ஸ் டேர்ம்ஸ். ஸோ we can say வேற பாசிபிலிட்டியே இல்லை, either they might be min term or max term. மின் டேர்ம்க்கு அவுட்புட் 1 வரும், மேக்ஸ் டேர்ம்க்கு அவுட்புட் 0 வரும், கரெக்டா? We are not talking, அவங்க மேக்ஸ் டேர்ம் பத்தி எந்த இன்ஃபர்மேஷனும் கொடுக்கல, பட் now we have understood, right? அவுட்புட் 0 வந்திருந்தாலே அது மேக்ஸ் டேர்ம் தான். ஸோ அப்போ இது எப்படி எழுதுவீங்க, right? In this same function, right, product of sum can be written as product of sum. We are going to consider two variables. Who are them? That is 1 comma another one is what, 3. Clear? If it is given like this, then that is called what? Product of sum. Now how will you write this function? Product of sum can be written as, let us write the answer for this one. One second guys, actually I have some problem. Fine, let's continue. இப்போ மேக்ஸ் டேர்ம் எப்படி எழுதுவீங்க? In order to write the max term, let's take first this function. இப்போ இது எப்படி எழுதுவீங்க? This can be written as A, we can directly accept. Max termல 0 தான் நமக்கு வேணும், right? So and then we have to perform OR operation. 1 cannot be considered, we have to perform B bar, right? Similarly, this is max term. Max term எப்படி எழுதுவீங்க? A is 1 is not acceptable, OR operation B is also not acceptable, such that that is also going to be what? A bar plus B bar. So what is the conclusion here? This function can be written as product of sum. Sum is over, so we had been performed OR operation நம்ம perform பண்ணியாச்சு. Next target is you have to perform AND operation. So its correspondent equivalent value can be written as A plus B bar dot because we have to perform AND operation. R of operation is over. Product of sum. In the sum வந்து நீங்க product பண்ணணும், right? So that is going to be what? A bar plus B bar. Clear? So what is the conclusion here? ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன்ல sum of product கொடுத்திருந்தாங்க அப்படின்னா டைரக்டா இங்க இருந்து நீங்க என்ன பண்ணிக்கலாம், இதுக்கு ஈக்குவலன்ட்டான product of sum வந்து நீங்க ஃபைண்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம்னு சொல்றேன். Do you all agree with me? Yes, because sum of product 0 and 2 அப்படினா ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா இதுல இருந்து product of sum also we can directly predict, right? So what is the conclusion? Sum of product நீங்க you can perform sum of product operation or you can perform or you can perform product of sum operation, right? So that's your wish, right? You can write the answer directly like this, right? I hope things are very clear to you all. That is how we are writing sum of product and product of sum. Okay, fine. With this at some times, so let me rub this one. Let's take some other combinations, right? So let me remove this one. At sometimes, right? At sometimes people will also used to consider don't cares, right? They will also consider don't care, right? Now what do you mean by don't care? Don't care அப்படினா very simply we can say, இப்போ நம்ம வீட்ல வந்து switches இருக்குன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்க. லைக் வீட்டில் கீழே வந்து ரெண்டு பல்புக்கு ரெண்டு சுவிட்ச் போட்டிருக்கீங்க, அதே மாதிரி மேலே ரெண்டு சுவிட்ச் இருக்குன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. சுவிட்ச் பாக்ஸ், அந்த சுவிட்ச் பாக்ஸ் வந்து என்ன இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா, ஒரு சுவிட்ச் பாக்ஸ் வந்து 4 சுவிச்சஸ் போட்டிருக்காங்க. அதில் 3 சுவிச்சஸ்க்கு மட்டும் நீங்கள் எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் ஒயரில் வந்து கனெக்ஷன் கொடுத்துருக்கீங்க. 1 more switch is left. We have not given any electrical connection. Now just to tell me, do we people are considering that switch? ஆக்சுவலாக நமக்கு தெரியும் அந்த சுவிட்ச் அங்கே தான் இருக்குது, அந்த சுவிட்ச் அங்கே தான் இருக்குது, ரைட்? ஃபியூச்சரில் வந்து நம்ம வீட்டை வந்து எக்ஸ்ட்ராவாக வந்து இப்போ நீங்கள் பல்ப்ஸ் வந்து நிறைய கொண்டு வரீங்க அப்படின்னா we can use that switch. Otherwise you don't need to care that, right? You don't need to take care about that switch. That is called don't care. Do you agree with me, right? So don't care அப்படின்னா there are 4 switches, 3 switches நான் electrical connection கொடுத்துருக்கேன் and I am using. 1 more switch I left, right? I am not using that switch, but that is given. Switch box la and the switch வந்து எக்ஸ்ட்ராவா இருக்கு. Till now I did not give any electrical connection for that switch, but in future based on the demand that I am going to use in our home, I might give electrical connection for that. So the thing is, அந்த don't care அப்படிங்கற switch வந்து எப்பவுமே நம்ம குரூப்ல தான் இருக்கும். Don't care அப்படிங்கறது it's a special combination, it's a special person. That person will always lies with us. நம்ம கூட தான் இருப்பாரு, நம்ம வேணும்னா அவரை யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம், தேவையில்லைனா அவரை அப்படியே வச்சுக்கலாம். That is the extra switch, right? So that is called don't care, right? நீங்க ஆக்சுவலா அதோட கன்க்ளூஷன் என்ன அப்படின்னா, அந்த சுவிட்சை பத்தி நீங்க வரி பண்ண தேவையில்லை, பட் அது உங்களுக்கு ஒரு தேவை வருது அப்படின்னா அந்த சுவிட்சை நீங்க யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம், ரைட்? அவ்வளவுதான். That is called don't care, right? So usually in digital system that don't care will be simply represented by cross, right? So let us see. For an example, in some cases your function will be defined like this. Product of sum will be defined as summation. Min terms, let us consider some variables 0, 1, 5 is given like this. With this they will give you like this, don't care, right? D input என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க அப்படின்னா they will give you 2, 3. So இந்த மாதிரி கொடுப்பாங்க. Actually what do we mean? இதோட மீனிங் என்ன அப்படின்னா, in this product of sum actually நம்ம யார் வந்து எஃபெக்டிவா யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா we are using 0, 1, 5, right? So we are using these 3 people effectively, right? But we are not. These 2 and 3 are available. They are called don't care. Actually அவங்கள வந்து நீங்க கேர் எடுத்துக்கணும்னு அவசியம் கிடையாது. If there is any necessity, உங்களுக்கு ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு பர்பஸ் இருக்கு அப்படின்னா you can use them. Are you getting like the switches that we are giving in the, that is home la வந்து நீங்க அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் கொடுக்குறீங்களா, switches same operation, right? So the don't care அப்படிங்கிறது தேவைனா நீங்க யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம், இல்லனா விட்டுறலாம். அதனால உங்களுக்கு எந்த பிரச்சனையும் வராது. அது இருக்கா ஜஸ்ட் அதை விட்டுருங்க, அது பட்டன் அது வேலையை பார்த்துட்டு, ரைட்? ஆனால் அதனால உங்களுக்கு ஒரு வேலை ஆகுதுன்னா நீங்கள் அதை கூப்பிட்டுக்கலாம், எனக்கு இந்த ஒர்க்கை பண்ணி கொடுனா அது பண்ணும். That is the meaning of don't care, right? So usually in digital I said it will be represented by, right? X ல represent பண்ணுவாங்க. Now what do I mean? Let us see how do I represent this one. Let us consider how many variables are there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 5 வரைக்கும் போயிட்டீங்க. So 3 variables consider பண்ணிருக்காங்க, கரெக்ட்டா? ஏன்னா 3 variablesல தான் we can go up to 5, right? So let us consider A, B, C. It has 8 possibilities. 0, 0, 0. We can consider 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. So totally we are considering 8 possibilities and let's see its corresponding output. இப்போ இங்க என்ன சொல்லிருக்காங்க, in product of sum, right? Sorry guys. Yeah, that is SOP, right? That is sum of product, right? So in sum of product form, sum of product in the sense what I have to do, output must be 1. யார் யாருக்கெல்லாம் 1 வரணும்? 0, 1, 5. 0 க்கு output 1, 1 க்கு output 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there, 5 க்கு output 1. right? And then 2 and 3 are don't care. Where is 2 and 3? 0 1, this is 2, this is 3. They are called don't care. They will be represented by cross. And then rest of 4 will be 0, 6 will be 0, 7 will be 0. That is called max terms. So these three people are going to be max terms, right? So these two people are called what I can say don't care, and these three guys are going to be min terms. See there, actually they are given what? Sum of product. But now we are also writing the expression for product of sum. So ஒரு expressionல நீங்க sum of product எழுதினாலும் இல்ல product of sum எழுதினாலும் equal தான், because both will give you the same result. என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க அப்படின்னா, என்ன சொல்ற அப்படின்னா, ஒரு ரூம் இருக்கு, அந்த ரூம்ல வந்து இருட்டா இருக்குன்னா டார்க்கா இருக்கு. இப்போ நீங்க என்ன சொல்றீங்கன்னா, அந்த ரூமை பார்த்து சார் அது டார்க்கா இருக்கு அப்படின்னு நீங்க சொல்றீங்க, ரைட்? இப்போ அதுக்குள்ள வந்து ஒரே சுவிட்ச் தான் இருக்கு, ஒரே ஒரு பல்ப் தான் இருக்கு. See either that அந்த பல்ப் either it might be glow or it might be அது எரியலாம் இல்ல டார்க்கா இருக்கலாம், அவ்வளவுதான். ரெண்டு கேஸ் தான் இருக்கு, ரைட்? ஸோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நீங்க என்ன சொல்லலாம், நான் போயிட்டு சுவிட்சை போட்டுட்டு சார் இந்த பல்ப்ல ஒரே ஒரு பல்ப் தான் எரியுது அப்படின்னு நான் சொன்னாலும், நீங்க போயிட்டு அந்த ரூம்ல வந்து எல்லாமே ஆஃப் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கீங்க, சார் இந்த ரூம்ல ஒரே பல்ப் தான் இருக்கு, அந்த பல்ப் எரியல அப்படின்னு சொன்னாலும், ரெண்டு கேஸ்லயுமே கன்க்ளூஷன் இஸ் வெரி சிம்பிள். சார் அங்க bulb is only one bulb. Either that bulb might be glow or it might be what? It might be dark or it might be bright. Only two cases. It might be turn on or it might be turn off. Like that, ஒரு information நம்ம ரெண்டு வேல represent பண்ணலாம். Either you can go up with the sum of product or you can also go up with the product of sum. So the conclusion, ஒரு சிஸ்டம்ல நீங்க sum of productக்கு வந்து expressions கொடுத்துட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா, இதுல இருந்தே நம்ம சொல்லிடலாம் இதுல யாரெல்லாம் வந்து product of sumல வருவாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. So unnecessarily I no need to talk about product of sum. So the conclusion is, right, sum of productல நீங்க கேதர் பண்ற இன்ஃபர்மேஷனும் ப்ராடக்ட் ஆஃப் சம்ல நம்ம கேதர் பண்ற இன்ஃபர்மேஷனும் சேம் தான். கெட்டிங் மீ? இப்போ இதை பார்த்து தான் என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க, சார் 0 1 5லாம் வந்து மின் டேர்ம் சார், இதுல வந்து 2 3 வந்து டோன்ட் கேர் சார், ரிமைனிங் இருக்க வேரியபிள் வந்து மேக்ஸ் டேர்ம்ஸ் அப்படின்னு நீங்க சொல்லுவீங்க. இப்போ நான் என்ன சொல்றேன் அப்படின்னா, சப்போஸ் இது கொடுக்கல, யூ ஹவ் பீன் given ப்ராடக்ட் ஆஃப் சம். ப்ராடக்ட் ஆஃப் சம் கொடுத்துருந்தாங்க அப்படின்னா, ஃபார் அன் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இப்போ இதில் ப்ராடக்ட் ஆஃப் சம் யார் யார், தட் இஸ் 4 6 7 4 6 7. Anyway, here also we have to consider don't care. Don't care is 2, 3. இப்போ இந்த மாதிரி கொடுத்திருந்தாலும் நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க, டைரக்டா இத பார்த்தோனே நீங்க சொல்லிருப்பீங்க, சார் sum of product termல வந்து 0 1 5 கன்சிடர் பண்ணோம். Why? Because we are leaving those terms here. இங்க யாரெல்லாம் மிஸ் ஆயிருக்காங்களோ அதுதான் யாரு, sum of product. We can directly define. So the informations that we are gathering in product of sum, which is always equal to the information that we are gathering in sum of product. These two guys will always give you same information, right? We can directly collect the information from them. Clear? Yes, I hope things are very clear to you all. Let's slowly moving on to the next one. So let me rub this one. So now we are going to talk about the next person. I said that is called K-map, right? So I told you soon we have to talk about K-map. So let us take the K-map now. Now we have to understand, right, those things very better. K-map வந்து once again K-map வந்து நம்ம two type of formatல எழுதலாம். Either you can write the K-map in sum of product format. We can also write the K-map in product of sum format. ரெண்டு ஃபார்மட்லயே வந்து நம்மளால K-map எழுத முடியும், right? So let's see how to write these things. இப்போ K-map வந்து நீங்க டெவலப் பண்ணும்போது என்ன பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா, one thing you all have to keep it in your mind. Let's continue our journey with the K-map, right? That is called Corona map, right? So we are calling like this. Anyway, that names at all does not require. Simply let's proceed. We are going to discuss about K-map, right? So that is called what? That is Corona map, right? So let's consider that is in K-map he found that is the effective method in order to get the simplified version of the Boolean variables, right? But in K-map பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் என்ன அப்படின்னா, ஒரு set of equationக்கு you may get multiple solutions, ரைட்? நீங்க எடுத்துக்கிற சொல்யூஷன் தான் வந்து கரெக்டான சொல்யூஷன் அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்ல முடியாது, வேற மாதிரியும் சொல்யூஷன்ஸ் வந்து வந்திருக்கலாம், ரைட்? ஸோ அதாவது என்ன சொல்ல வரேன் அப்படின்னா, ஒரு சில பூலியன் எக்ஸ்பிரஷன்ஸ் வந்து சிம்பிளிஃபை பண்ணும்போது சிம்பிளிஃபைடு வெர்ஷனாக நமக்கு ஒரு டேர்ம் கிடைக்குது இல்லையா, அது மட்டும்தான் அந்த பூலியன் எக்ஸ்பிரஷனோட அவுட்புட்டாக இருந்திருக்கும்னு நம்ம சொல்ல முடியாது. தேர் மைட் பி a chances of some other type of solution also, right? So the conclusion, இப்போ ஒரு எக்ஸாம் எழுதுறீங்க அப்படின்னா ரிசல்ட்ல we may get ஃபெயில் ஆயிருக்கலாம், இல்ல பாஸ் ஆயிருக்கலாம், இல்ல பாஸ் ஆயிட்டு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிரேட்ல இருந்திருக்கலாம், ரைட்? இல்ல செகண்ட் கிரேட்ல இருந்திருக்கலாம், ரைட்? இல்ல ஃபெயில் ஆயிட்டு வந்து யூ கிரேட்ல இருந்திருக்கலாம். ஸோ லைக் தட் there are many possibilities, right? ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி we have to consider like this. இப்போ K-mapல வந்து உங்களுக்கு சொல்யூஷன் கிடைக்குது அப்படின்னா, that is நீங்க உங்களுக்கு ரிசல்டன்ட்ல கிடைக்கிற சொல்யூஷன் வந்து ஒரே ஒரு சொல்யூஷன், அது ஒன்று தான் வந்து ரிசல்டன்ட் சொல்யூஷனா இருந்திருக்க முடியாது. There you can expect some other type of solutions also. Clear? Yes. Let's continue. So K-map will provide the simplified multi multiple solutions for a single Boolean expression. Clear? Yes. So let's continue our journey with this. For K-map, first you have to consider, right, the number of cells in the K-map, right, will be depends on the number of Boolean variables that we are considering, that is total number of combinations, 2 power n. First conclusion. Second, grouping, right, we are going to perform something in K-map that is called grouping. I will let you all these things soon. Grouping also is equal to what? Grouping of K-map also 2 power n only, depends on the factor of 2 power n only, right? So let us consider, suppose if I am considering minimum, let's go ahead with the n equal to 2 variables I am considering, because one variable in the sense a 0 and 1, only 2 possibilities will be there. So let's go ahead with the minimum 2 variables in order to get the clear idea, right? If I will consider n equal to 2, right? So let us consider n equal to 2, then how many Boolean variables we can consider here? We can consider, if I will consider n equal to 2, there are, if you 2 putting up, first of all find out the number of cells. n க்கு 2 putting 4 cells will be framed, right? Such that we are going to frame 4 cells. Similarly, if I will consider n equal to 3, எத்தனை cells வரும்? n equal to 3 போட்டீங்கன்னா 8 cells we are going to frame, such that let me frame 8 cells. 2, 4, 6, 8, enough. So totally we are going to frame 8 cells, such that if I will consider n equal to 4, right? For n equal to 4 nu neenga consider panninga appadina, we are going to frame 16 cells, right? So we are going to frame 16 cells, right? So let's consider all possibilities. Yeah, so totally we are going to perform, that is we are going to consider 16 cells when n equal to 4, right? So 16 cells we are going to consider. Like if I will consider n equal to 5, then 32 cells are there, but our syllabus, right, you won't face the questions with the 5, 6 at all, right? It will be restricted up to what? 4 only, right? So let's continue our journey with this one. So totally we are going to perform, right? We are going to, in K-map, we are going to design a 2 variable K-map, that is 2 Boolean variable K-map, or 3 Boolean variable K-map, 4 Boolean variable K-map, right? So we are restricting with this. If you want to understand, you can do it. Just a rough sheet let it, right? But that thing's not required for me, right? Let's continue our journey with this. Now in K-map, right, I said we have to consider, that is we have to perform grouping, next thing, right? So the perform pannadhukku munadi we have to register the variables here, right? So now we can register the variables in 2 ways. Either you can go up with the, right, sum of product form, or you can go up with the product of sum form. There are 2 cases, right? So let us proceed, right, with the first, let me go ahead with the sum of product, and then we will consider product of sum also, in order to let you all to get the clear idea. Now before injecting the values into the K-map, one thing we all have to understand, that is called gray code conversion, because in K-map we are going to use a standard conversion that is called gray code conversion. Let me demonstrate, right, binary to gray, and then we will take this gates, that is we will take these cells and we will register the values, because I am going to write the values in terms of gray conversion method only, right? So let us see. The conversion is called binary to gray code conversion. Now suppose if I have 2 variables here, for an example 0 0 irukku appadina, binary to gray code ku neenga pogumbodhu always you will have to remember XOR operation, XOR logic vandu unga mind la eppiyume irukanum. Already we had been discussed about this XOR logic. When we are considering 2 variables, its output, XOR gate oda logic 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. For XOR gate, we all know 0 0 will give you 0, 1 1 also will give you 0, this will give you 1, this will give you 1. That is XOR gate. Yes. Now with this, let's start our journey in order to obtain the gray code. If in the binary variable 0 0 irukku illaya, idhukku equivalent gray code enna varum appadina, see there first inga 2 variables irukka 0 0. Yes, they are given 2 variables. Appo neenga enna pannu appadina, first inga first irukka variable அப்படியே எடுத்துக்கோங்க. 0 இருந்ததுன்னா இந்த 0வை நீங்க அப்படியே எடுத்துக்கணும். Now you have to perform, நீங்க எடுத்துக்க 0க்கும் செகண்டா இருக்க வேரியபிள் இவங்க ரெண்டு பேருக்கு நடுவுல you have to perform OR operation in between these two. இந்த 0க்கும் 0க்கும் 0 0 in XOR gate will give you 0 only, such that for 0 0 its equivalent gray code is 0 0. Slowly understand, slowly, right? Let me explain. Second one, 0 1. Let us consider 0 1, right? First digit நீங்க அப்படியே எடுத்துக்கணும். 0 வந்ததுன்னா 0 அப்படியே எடுத்துக்கிட்டா, now நீங்க எடுத்துக்கிட்ட டிஜிட்டையும் இப்போ நீங்க கொடுத்திருக்காங்களே அதுல செகண்ட் டிஜிட் இருக்குல்ல, அதுல செகண்ட் டிஜிட்டையும் நீங்க எடுத்துக்கிட்ட டிஜிட்டுக்கு நடுவுல you have to perform OR operation. இங்க என்ன இருக்கு? 0. இங்க என்ன இருக்கு? 1 இருக்கு. 0 1. 0 1 output என்ன? 1, such that you are going to get 1. So your operation will give you 0 1 only. 0 1 only. Let us consider 1 0. Let us consider 1 0. Okay, let me perform here. 1 0. First digit update thing, that is 1, right? Next we have to perform OR operation here, XOR operation. 1 0 will give you 1 0 will give you 1 only, such that output is going to be 1, such that we are getting 1 1. Now let us consider 1 1 here, right? For 1 1 can varum, if we consider 1 1, first digit will be repeated again. See there, now we have to perform the OR operation, that is XOR in between these two. So 1 and 1, 1 1 will give you 0, such that output is going to be 0. So we are getting 1 0. Now see there, in the sequence எப்படி இருக்கு பாருங்க, first we have 0 0 and then we have 0 1 and then we have 1 1 and then we have 1 0. That is the order of gray code. That is the order of gray code. Now so we are going to develop the K map with a gray code only. This is the sequence that we are following in gray code. First we are going to consider 0 0 and then we are going to consider 0 1 and then we are going to consider 1 1 and then we are going to consider 1 0. So that is the gray code sequence, and this sequence only we are going to follow in our K map, right? So anyway, now in order to get the very clear idea in between binary and gray code, so let me take few more examples. I think class is going good. Yeah, let me take some other variables, right, to get the clear idea regarding this conversion. Sorry guys. Okay, fine. For an example, I have 0 1 1 0 0 1. I have some variables like this. This is binary. This is binary. Now I would like to know the equivalent gray code. I would like to know the equivalent gray code. Let us see. While going from binary to gray, first digit will be repeated. Yes, and then first digit நீங்க repeat பண்ண digitக்கும் second digit நடுவுல we have to perform XOR operation. If you perform XOR operation, 0 1 will give you 1, such that output is going to be 1. Again perform the XOR operation. 1 and 1 will give you 0. Again perform 0 and 0 will give you 0. Again perform 0 and 1 will give you 1. Again perform 1 0 will give you 1, such that its equivalent gray code is going to be 0 1 0 0 1 1. That is the answer, or this is the equivalent gray code. That is the equivalent gray code, right? Now let me take one more example for a better understanding. For an example, I have 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 0. I have some variable like this. Let us perform binary to gray. First variable will be 0, again predicted as 0. Let us perform, let us continue our operation. 0 1 will give you what? 1, and then 1 1 will give you 0, and then 0 1 will give you 1, and then 1 0 will give you 1, and then 1 1 will give you 0, and then 0 1 will give you 1, and then 1 0 will give you 1, such that your answer is going to be 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 1. Clear? So that is the equivalent value of, that is equivalent gray value of the given conversion, right? So let us see the inverse operation. Now we know how to get the gray code from binary. Now in order to obtain the resultant equivalent value, see there, let me take, this is gray code and this is the equivalent gray of the given binary, and this is the equivalent gray of this binary, right? So let us take these two gray codes. So let us see, I have 0 1 0 0 1 1, correct? That is gray code. That is gray code, right? Let's see, guys, listen. First let me take this 0 0 itself, right? Now let us perform the operation with the first digit and the second digit. Just to take these two, perform the XOR operation. 0 1 will give you 1. Yes, 0 1 will give you 1. Again perform XOR operation in between these two. 1 0 will give you what? 1. Again perform 0 0. 0 0 will give you what? 0. 0 0 will give you what? 0. Again 0 1. Let's consider 0 1 will give you what? 1. Again let us consider 1 1 will give you what? 0, right? Am I getting the same sequence? 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 0 1 0. Yes, we got the binary equivalent. So that is gray to binary transformation. Gray to binary என்ன வரணும்? First digit அப்படியே repeat பண்ணிட்டு இப்போ நீங்க கிராஸ்ல போக கூடாது, அப்படியே follow the sequence. First one with the second one with the third one with the fourth one with the fifth one, and so on. Clear? Now you can also do this one, right? So let us take this one, let us check this one. So I got the resultant value 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 1, right? So let us perform the operation. First I have to consider 0, and then 0 1 will give you 1, and then 1 0 will give you 1, and then 0 1 will give you 1, and then 1 1 will give you 0, and then 1 0 will give you 1, and then 0 1 will give you 1, that is XOR operation. 1 1 will give you 0. Am I correct? Yes, let's check. 0 1 1 0 1 1 0. Yes, we got the binary equivalent. So that is how we are transforming the variables from gray to binary. This is gray to binary conversion, and this is binary to gray conversion. Clear? I hope things are very clear to you all. Just keep these things into your mind. Let's continue our journey with our cases. Okay, next what we have to do? We have to take the K-map. Let me register the variables into the K-map, right, in order to get the clear idea. Let's see how we are registering the variables into the K-map. Yeah, let us consider, for an example, let me consider n equal to 2. N equal to 2. If n equal to 2, it means we are going to consider two variables, a, b, such that there are four possibilities. Enna varalam? A, b in the sense you can consider 4, 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1, right? So we can consider four possibilities. Let me register the variables and let me demonstrate how to represent the variables here, right? We have to start from MSB. See there, just to extend the line here, just to extend the length here, and consider, we are going to consider two variables, right? So just to start from LSB, consider first variable a here, and then second consider one more variable. First we should take complement for this. Why? Because listen, let me write. Okay, first let me clearly write down this. We are going to consider sum of product. We are going to consider sum of product form. First I am writing the function in sum of product, right? So immediately I'm going to write the function for product of sum also. Don't be panicked, right? So first in sum of product, right, actually we have four possibilities. Enna varalam? See, first a mattum neenga eduthitingna a might be 0 or a might be 1. But in sum of product, min terms should be 1 na? So such that for 0 we are taking complement, for 1 we no need to take any complement. Similarly here b, let us consider b. B, either it might be 0 or it might be 1. So such that we have to take bar for b, and then we have to consider b here. Now after writing these variables here, let us consider. Now just to multiply these two variables, a bar and b bar is going to be a bar dot b bar, such that just we are fulfilling the that is we are writing the complete portion here. Actually in sum of product there are two variables, right? First we should write them in the min term format, right, and then we have to write the sum of product. For min term format in the sense we have to find out the product of them after taking the complement for zeros, and then again repeat a bar with b bar, a bar with b. We have to write the product form again, a dot b bar, a dot b bar, again a dot b, a dot b. We have to write like this. Exactly, that is correct. And then what you have to do? So this is what I can say, that is how we are writing sum of product form. Similarly, let us write the function in product of sum format. In product of sum form, how will you write? Let us consider 0 1. We are going to consider a here, we are going to consider b here. B might be 0 or b might be 1. Now there are two possibilities. Now in product of sum, right, 0 means we have to accept, but 1 is not acceptable, so we have to take bar this. Similarly for here b is acceptable, 0 in means directly we can accept, but b bar 1 is not acceptable, so we have to take bar. And then what I have to do, when we are clubbing these two variables, I will have to perform OR operation first. Yes, I will have to perform OR operation first. Yes, we will have to perform OR operation first. Yes, we will have to perform OR operation first. Clear? So that is how we are writing sum of product and product of sum for two variables, right? So let us write, if I will consider n equal to 3. If I'll consider n equal to 3, let's write the sum of product form. Let's write the sum of product. First of all, n equal to 3 in the sense we are going to consider three variables, a, b, c, right? So first of all, let me frame the box. We know how to form the tabular column. First, let us form the tabular column for n equal to 3. We have to consider 8 variables, 1, 2, 3. How many possibles are there? Yes, we got 8 variables. Similarly, later we will perform product of sum. First, let us consider sum of product, right? So we have to consider min term. Guys, listen once again. Start from LSB, that is MSB, and we are traveling up to LSB. So here we are going to consider 2 possibilities. Why? Here we have 4 people. That is 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. Such that we can allow 4 possible combinations, but here we have only 2 cells, na? So only 2 possible, either it might be 0 or it might be 1. So here we are considering 1 variable, here we are considering 2 variables, because 2 variable will give you 4 combination, 1 variable will give you only 2 combination, right? So let's continue our journey. Either this A might be 0 or it might be 1, but for BC we have 4 combinations. They might be 0 0, or they might be 0 1, they might be 1 1, they might be 1 0. Guys, clearly notice these things. What I have done here, 0 0 I was considering first, 0 1 I was considering second, third, why I am not considering here 1 0, why I am considering 1 1, why? Because we are following gray code sequence, right? So in gray code already I had been proved this one. First we should consider 0 0, second we have to consider 0 1, and then we have to consider 1 1, and then we have to consider 1 0, right? So according to gray code format, first variable, right? So since we are trying to write it in sum of product form, that is min term, in min term 0 and 0 are not acceptable. For 0 we have to take bar, for 0 we have to take bar, and then we have to write it in AND format, right? So such that again this is also can be written as 0 is not acceptable, but 1 is acceptable. Again 1 1 are acceptable, 0 is not acceptable, right? Now let us club them together. Since we are considering 3 variable, so 3 variable in min term format, how we will write? So this is going to be A bar, this is going to be A. Appo first variable in yaar varuva, this is going to be A bar, B bar, C bar. Exactly, this is going to be A, that is A bar, B bar, C, and this is going to be A bar, B, C, and this is going to be A bar, B, C bar, and this is going to be A, B bar, C bar, and this is going to be A, B bar, C, and A, B, C, and here we are going to consider A, B, C bar, right? So let us write the same thing for product of sum. So we have to consider 8 variables. Once again, sorry, not 8 variables, 8 box, 8 cells. So one set, second set, let's extend the length slightly, third set, fourth set, right? So let us consider once again, we have to consider 1 variable here, 2 boolean variable here, right? But we are going to write once again, we have to perform. Here we have 4 possibilities, 0 0, 0 1, 1 1, 1 0. What about here? It might be 0 or it might be 1. Only 2 possibilities, but we are writing it in what? Max term form. In max term, 0 is acceptable, so we don't need to take complement. But 1 is not acceptable, we have to take complement. Again, 0 is acceptable, right? And since we are going to write this function in what? Max term. In max term, first of all, we are performing OR operation. OR in the sense B, I have to perform OR operation, then we can consider C directly. Similarly, B, and then we have to perform OR operation, then we shall take C bar. Again we have to consider B, but 1 is not acceptable now, so we have to take complement. We have to perform OR operation. C is also not acceptable, we have to take complement. So similarly this is become B bar plus this is become C. Directly we can consider that one also, right? So let us club them together such that this is become A plus B plus C, right? Second one will become A plus B plus C bar. Third one will become A plus B bar plus C bar. Fourth one will become A plus B bar plus C. Next, this one will become A bar plus B plus C. Next one will become A bar plus B plus C bar. Next one will become A bar plus B bar plus C bar. Next one will become A bar plus B bar plus C. That is how we are writing what I can say product of sum. Clear? So that is called max term. This is called min term form. I hope things are very clear to you all. In the same way, we can also write 4 variable K map. See, இந்த சின்ன விஷயங்கள் வந்து உங்களுக்கு புரிஞ்சிருது அப்படின்னா கே மேப்ல எதுவுமே இருக்காது. இந்த இடத்துல தான் டவுட் வரும். இங்க எதனால வந்து B plus C bar வருது? Most of the guys are having confusion only at this point, but there is nothing to learn. Now see there how easy it is. Nothing is there, just to be in the same way. Now you can also form 4 variable K map, right? So இது இவ்வளவுதான். இது உங்களுக்கு புரிஞ்சிச்சுனா K mapல எதுவுமே கிடையாது. We can directly write the answer, right? just by doing grouping operation. Grouping is very simple. Let me demonstrate that one also quickly. Let's take 4 variable. Let us consider n equal to 4. N equal to 4 means I have to consider 16 cells. Yes, we have to consider 16 cells. Let us consider cell number 1, cell number 2, cell number 3, and then cell number 1, cell number 2, cell number 3. Yes, fine. Now see there, in both sides I have 4 possibilities. Yes, so what I can say, once again we have to start from here. Let us consider AB here, CD here. Totally 4 variables. We are going to consider 4 Boolean variables, A, B, C, D, right? Such that it is going to be what we can consider 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, like 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. Sorry guys, here I made a small mistake. Sorry. Please forgive me. Gray code sequence, right? Fine. Let's continue our journey with this. Shall we write first? What shall we do? Sum of product. Sum of product. First we will consider sum of product, then we will consider product of sum, right? So sum of product, what shall we do? That is min term. First we have to consider min terms. First 0 is not acceptable. So bar dot. We have to perform AND operation. So C bar, D bar, C bar D, CD, CD bar. A bar, B bar, A bar B, that is AB, AB bar. Let us club them together, right? So now how will you club them together, right? See there, since they are performing what? Product, that is min term form, such that we have to multiply all these people together, right? So you multiple panninga appadina inga variables enna varum? A bar, B bar, C bar, D bar, right? So this is going to be A bar, B bar, C bar, D bar. Second person is going to be A bar, B bar, C bar, D. Third person is going to be A bar, B bar, C, D. Right? I am just giving the task. Rest of box ninga appadiye fill pannikonga. Clear? So that is how we are writing 4 variable came up, right? Because I don't want to waste my time. You please do it by yourself. Next, product of sum, right? So let me demonstrate how to write product of sum. Sorry guys. Okay. Again, we have to consider 4 cells here. A, B, C, D, right? So let us consider the 4 possibilities are 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Similarly, this is going to be 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Fine, right? So let's start our journey with this. How do we represent this one? Since we are going to write product of sum, right? So first of all, we have to consider max term. Max term 0 is acceptable, right? So C plus D. C plus 1 is not acceptable, D bar. C, 1 is not acceptable, 1 is not acceptable, 1 is not acceptable. Yes, 0 is acceptable, right? Yes. 0 is acceptable, so such that A plus B. Second person will become 1 is not acceptable, 1 is not acceptable, 1 is not acceptable. Clear? Then what will you do? See, we have to club these two guys. What we have to do? We have to just add them. Since they are performing what? OR operation, right? So such that here your answer is going to be A plus B plus C plus D. Exactly, right? So similarly, here it is going to be what? A plus B plus, we can write A plus B plus C plus D bar, just to fill the rest of box in the same way. Clear? So that is how we are writing product of sum and sum of product format in K-map. Clear? I hope things are very clear to you all, right? So next to think, yeah, let me rub this one. Okay, what is our next target? Now we have to understand grouping, right? So I said, right, in grouping we are going to follow the possibilities, right? I said in order to perform grouping, just consider 2 power n possibility, right? So அப்படினா meaning என்ன அப்படினா, for an example, if I let n equal to 1, n க்கு நீங்க 1 போட்டீங்க அப்படினா we can consider 2 variables. Like for 2 variables na, it means 2 cells, 2 adjacent cells, right? So for an example, let me write, it means 2 adjacent cells can be grouped. 2 adjacent cells can be grouped. Okay, let's see. The example is either you can take a min term or max term, right? It does not matter here. Suppose if I will consider sum of product form, min terms எடுத்துக்கிறேன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். இப்போ a box is given to you, right? A box is given to you. Let's take 3 variable box, right? 1 2 3. Let us take 3 variables box, right? And I am just considering n equal to 1 here. That is, we are considering 2 adjacent cells like a box. Let us, there is sum of product in the sense, for example, I have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 0 here, 0 here. What shall we do? 0 here, 1 will be here, right? Now the first thing is n equal to, that is 2 adjacent cells can be grouped in the sense 2 adjacent. See, either பக்கத்துல இருக்க ரெண்டு cells நம்ம group பண்ணிக்கலாம். அப்படினா meaning என்ன? The possibilities are, we can group these 2 cells. Exactly, right? We can group இது பக்கத்துல இருக்க ரெண்டு cells தான, you can group. That is, there are 2 possibilities you can group. That is 2 type of possibilities. You can perform vertical grouping, you can also perform horizontal grouping. Horizontal and vertical both are allowed, but cross grouping is not possible. Cross grouping is wrong. We cannot perform cross grouping. Vertical and horizontal grouping is possible. It means I can group in this way. That is horizontal grouping. This is horizontal grouping. We can group these 2 cells. Yes, that is horizontal grouping. And see there, I can also group these 2 guys. That is called vertical grouping, right? So like that, see where any possibilities irukku. For an example, right? So let me take one more example. I have 1 here, I have 1 here, 0 will be here, 1 will be here. Let's perform 1 here. So 0 will be here, 1 0. Let me consider like this. Now see there, once again, 2 terms, adjacent cells can be grouped together. Yes, guys, listen, this type of grouping also acceptable. Yes, now see there, in the last irukka cellum, in the first irukka cellum adjacent da, right? So last, it is coming back to the first one, right? So the last one and the first one are always adjacent to each other, and this one, these 2 are always adjacent to each other, right? So the conclusion is what? We can also perform this type of grouping, right? Now if you notice these things, can you group this one with anyone? No. So it will be separately grouped. Avladha, single grouping, because I cannot group idukku nearerla yarume illa. So the conclusion is cross grouping is not possible. It means you cannot group like this and you cannot group like this. That is wrong. You cannot perform those type. And the mari cross grouping is not possible. So that person will be separately grouped. Clear? Yes. So that is called, what I can say, 2 cells. That is, we are considering what? 2 cells grouping, right? So let me raise the n variable. Let us consider n equal to 2. Let us consider n equal to 2. Okay, if I will consider n equal to 2, then grouping 2 power 2 is what? 4. So it means 4 cells can be grouped together, can be grouped. But you have to understand, 4 adjacent cells, don't forget that word. 4 adjacent cells can be grouped, right? So apna meaning enna? For an example, let us consider the possibilities. Okay, first for an example, I have 1 1 1 1, right? But remaining irukka ella variable 0 irukku, 0 0 0 0. See there, 1 2 3 4, these all people, these 4 people are adjacent la irukanga, பக்கத்துல cell la irukanga, such that we can group these 4 people together. That is called 4 cells grouping. Clear? Similarly, right? So let us consider. So let me make this one as 0, right? this one is 0, right? Let us consider 1 here, let us consider 1 here. Now how will you perform the grouping? Second case, right? So case number 2 we can also perform, that is 4 grouping could be possible here also. Similarly, let us perform the third case. Let us perform the third case. Guys, you please, I'm requesting you, you please do the all cases separately. First case, second case, third case neenga thani thaniya podunga, right? For time being I'm directly doing, right? So one will be available here, one will be available here, that is adjacent cell. So we can also group these 4 variables, that could be also possible, right? And fourth case, the next possible case is, for an example, suppose since all these people, right, in the vertical row itself I have 4 variables, such that you can also group this one, right? Yeah, that is also correct. Similarly, here I have zeros, but here all the variables are going to keep 1. You can also group this one. So these are all called what? 4 cells grouping. This is called simply 4 cells grouping, right? So let's continue our journey with this. Okay, let us see the next possibility also. Okay, here it is not possible, no? Okay, let us take first we'll complete the 8 variables, right? And then I will take 16 cells, then I will demonstrate. For an example, if I will consider n equal to 3, right? Then n equal to 3 போட்டிங்கன்னா 2 power 3 என்ன வரும்? If I will put n equal to 3, then 2 power 3 will become 8. So directly first 2 adjacent cells can be grouped. Now 4 adjacent cells can be grouped. When I am putting n equal to 3, automatically 2 power 3 will become 8. So only 8 adjacent cells. The next possibility is 8 adjacent cells can be grouped together. In between la irukka endha variable me possible kadiyadu. It means 2 ones can be grouped, 4 ones can be grouped, 8 ones can be grouped. Like 5 ones, 6 ones, 7 ones cannot be grouped. That is all. They are all wrong, right? So similarly 3 ones also cannot be grouped. Either you can group single variable, or 2 variables, or 4 variable, or 8 variable, or 16, or 32. That is 2 power n combinations. Clear? Yes. When I am putting n equal to 3, if I put n equal to 3, then automatically will become 8 possibilities. For that, let me take 16 cells in order to get the clear idea regarding this one. I know I'm explaining these things in terms of sum of product, right? So in product of sum, instead of considering 1, we are going to consider what? Zeros. That's all. There are no big things, big difference between sum of product and product of sum. I told you already, right? Yeah, let's continue our journey with this. N equal to 3. For an example, I have some variables here 1 1 1, and I have some variables here 1 1 1, such that, see there, we can directly group like this. 8 variables grouping, that is one possibility, right? So in this case, remaining variables are 0. You have to assume that the remaining variables are 0, right? So let us see the second possibility. For time being, I'm doing it in one single diagram. You are please requested to do these things. That is example 2, right? We can also, if I'll find any variable like this, we can group like this. Yeah, exactly, that could be possible, right? Next, right? So the next possibility, I have 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. See there, if you find any 8 variables like this, we can directly group them together, right? You can group like this, right? So similarly in vertical also you can consider, right? Okay, fine. So this is 16 cell, right? In 16 cell, let us see all possibilities. All possibilities அப்படினா 2 variables எப்படி group பண்றது, 4 variables எப்படி group பண்றது, 8 variables எப்படி group பண்றதுன்னு பார்க்கலாம். That's all, right? There are no more things you are going to face. Maximum உங்களுக்கு 8 தான் வரும், right? 16 வந்துச்சுனா மொத்தமே 1 தான். அது வராது, because a simple answer one stepல வந்துரும், right? So they won't give you 16. So up to 8 we can go. Yeah. Some example is given like this. இப்போ இதில் நீங்கள் என்ன பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா, see there, இப்போ இதில் வந்து நீங்கள் grouping பண்ண போகிறீங்க ரைட். ஸோ ஆல்வேஸ் while passing grouping வந்து நீங்கள் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணும்போது you should start from maximum possibility of your grouping. maximum possibility அப்படின்னா இப்போ 8 ones இருக்குன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, அந்த 8 ones adjacentsல இருக்குன்னா ஃபஸ்ட்டு நீங்கள் 8 ones தான் குரூப் பண்ணணும். So you should start from maximum possibility of grouping. That is very very important. நீங்க பாட்டுன்னு சிம்பிளா போயிட்டு எல்லாத்தையும் எடுத்து குரூப் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்க முடியாது. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 8 பாசிபிலிட்டி இருக்கான்னு பார்க்கணும். 8 வேரியபிள்ஸ் adjacent cellsல இருக்கா? No. நெக்ஸ்ட் அதுக்கு கீழே யார் இருக்கா? 8 கீழே 4 தான், 4 கீழே 2, 2 கீழே 1. Only 4 possibilities, right? Either it might be 1, 2, 4, 8. We have only 4 possibilities. But here I don't have 8 ones in its adjacent cells. So immediately we shall discuss about 4. Appo 4 ones adjacent cells la irka? Yes, we have, right? So we can club these 4 people together, one grouping. Similarly, we can club these 4 people together. Can you group this one with anyone? No. In 4 grouping that is not possible. 4 la rendu cases தான் possibility இருந்தது, அது ரெண்டுத்தையும் நம்ம முடிச்சாச்சு. So next thing is 2. Now we have to discuss about 2. See, the thing is, guys, listen. இப்போ நீங்க 4 variablesல, I mean 4 cells வச்சு group பண்ணீங்க இல்லையா, அதுல வந்து ரெண்டு functions already நம்ம group பண்ணியாச்சு கம்ப்ளீட்டா. Still ஏதாச்சும் variable missing ஆயிருக்கா? Yes, one variable is missing. இப்போ இந்த variable இங்க கிடையாதுன்னா grouping is over. If you don't have any variable, then grouping is over. Just you can write the answer simply from this grouping. But I have one more variable, na? But that one variable cannot be grouped with a 4 possibility. So let me moving on to the next one, that is 2 possibility. 2 la possible irka? Yes, I can group this one with this one. I said na, corner cells are adjacent to each other, so such that we can group these 2 people, right? Yes, that is correct. Okay, fine. So one possibility irka? No, because all the persons will be grouped together. Clear? So that is how we are performing grouping operation, right? Yes. Now the thing is, now we have to understand how to write the answer from the grouping. That is our next target, right? So let us see how to write the answer from the grouping. Let me take various examples in order to let you all to get the clear idea. What I have to do? We have to take examples. So let us take first sum of product எடுத்துக்கலாமா? First we will take SOP form, right? So in sum of product, for an example, given this summation of min term is given 0, 1, they said 3, they said 4, they said 9 also they are considering, they said 11, right? Yes, it is given like this. With this they are considering some don't case. என்ன consider பண்ணிக்கலாம்? 2, let's consider 5. Okay, that is given. Now the question is, we have to find out the simplified Boolean expression for the representation of sum of product or min terms representation, right, with the help of K-map. Let's try and bring the answer for this given question, right? So for that, see, first thing we have to understand how many cells are required in order to simplify the Boolean expression for the given min terms. Either it might be 2 cells venuma, illa 8 cells venuma, illa 16 cells venuma. Just to check it out. See there, these variables are going up to 11, right? Anyway, they will give you the function in the bracketல இங்க represent பண்ணிருப்பாங்க எத்தனை variables அவங்க consider பண்ணிருக்காங்க அப்படினு சொல்லிட்டு, right? See, given it is what 4 variables, otherwise இத நீங்க பார்த்தாலும் உங்களுக்கு புரிஞ்சிரும். See there 9 11 வரைக்கும் போறீங்கன்னா automatically 16 cells, right? or இத பாத்தீங்கனாலே உங்களுக்கு ஆன்சர் புரிஞ்சிரும், right? So anyway, that is what 16 cells we have to consider, and since given it is what sum of product form, right? So we have to consider sum of product. For that I have to consider 16 cells. Yes, let's try and bring the answer. 16 cells in the sense 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The possible combinations are AB we have to consider here, CD we have to consider here, right? And we all know how to represent this one. Here we have to write C bar, D bar. Here we have to write C bar D. Here we have to write CD. Here we have to write CD bar. And here we have to write in sum of product, right? So here we have to write A bar, B bar. Here we have to write A bar B. Here we have to write AB. And here we have to write AB bar. Correct? Exactly. Guys, listen. இப்போ இதுக்குள்ள values வந்து represent பண்ணீங்கன்னா, see there A bar, B bar, C bar, D bar meaning என்ன? Here we are considering 0, 0, 0, 0. Correct? yes, and then a bar na 0, bar nale sum of product la 0 da, right? So 0 0 0 1 such that 0 0 0 1. Next 0 0 1 1 0 0. C bar இல்லனா 1, bar இருந்தா 0. See there bar இருக்கு, அப்ப 0 0 we have to consider, for C we have to consider 1, for D we have to consider 0, such that next 0 1 0 0. Next 0 1 we have to consider what? 0 1, right? So next I have to consider 0 1 1 1. We have to consider 0 1 1 0, right? So let's continue. This one is going to be what? 1 1 0 0. Next 1 1 0 1. Next 1 1, this is 1 1. Next 1 1 1 1. Next this is also going to be what? 1 0. Next this is 1 0. Here we have to consider 0 0. Next we have to consider 1. This is going to be 0. This is going to be 0 1. Next we have to consider 1, right? Next we have to consider 0, and then we have to consider 1 1, right? So next we have to consider 1 0. We have to consider 1 0. Clear? 1 0 1 0. Now what do you understand here? Iதை carefully observe பண்ணீங்களா? This is the decimal equivalent, right? So this is 0 0 0 means its equivalent value will be 0. This is 1, this is 3. 0 0 1 1 3. This is 2. What about this one? This is 4. This is going to be 5. This is 6. This is 7, and this is 8. This is 9. This is 10. This is 11, and this is 12. This is 13. This is 14. This is 15. That is how we are framing 16 cells. Now let us consider the variables. இப்போ யார் யார் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க? வேரியபிள்ஸ் என்ன கொடுத்துருக்காங்க? 0 1 3 4 9 11. 0ல 1 வரணும், ரைட்? அண்ட் தென் 1ல 1 வரணும், அண்ட் தென் 3 எங்கே இருக்கா? 3ல 1 வரணும், அண்ட் தென் 4ல 1 வரணும், 9 எங்கே இருக்கு பாருங்க, 9ல 1 வரணும், 11 எங்கே இருக்கா? 11ல 1 வரணும். டோன்ட் கேர், 2 வேரியபிள்ஸ் 2 5 டோன்ட் கேர். ஆமாம், 2 இங்கே இருக்கு, கிராஸ் போட்டுக்கோங்க. 5 டோன்ட் கேரில் கிராஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கணும். ரிமைனிங் பீப்புள் ஆர் கோயிங் டு பி 0. Clear? That is how we are registering the variables into the K map. Okay, now this things does not require for us. Let me rub this one. Yeah, ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாமா? இப்போ நம்ம குரூப் பண்ணணும். எப்படி குரூப் பண்ணலாம் கவனிங்க. குரூப் பண்ணும்போது மேக்ஸிமம் பாசிபிலிட்டி எதர் இட் மைட் பி 8 4 2 வரலாம், 1 வரலாம். 8ல ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாமா? 8 இருக்கா பாருங்க, 8லாம் கிடையாது. அடுத்தது 4 இருக்கா? எஸ், 4 எங்கெங்க இருக்கு பாருங்க. லிசன் கைஸ், ஃபர்ஸ்ட் we can club these 2 variable with these 2 variable. இங்க ஒரு grouping பாசிபிளா? எக்ஸாக்ட்லி, one grouping is possible here, right? So this one grouping is possible here. Where are 4 grouping? இங்க கவனிங்க. இப்போ இந்த டோன்ட் கேரை நம்ம கன்சிடர் பண்ணிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா இங்க நான் என்ன பண்ணிக்கலாம் அப்படின்னா 4 grouping could be possible. அப்போ நீங்கள் டோன்ட் கேரை வந்து எப்போ யூஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா இன் ஆர்டர் டு வைல் பர்ஃபார்மிங் தி குரூப்பிங் ஆப்ரேஷன் இன் கே மேப் இஃப் ஐ கன்சிடர் டோன்ட் கேர் தென் மை ஃபங்க்ஷன் வில் பிகம் சிம்பிளிஃபைடு வெர்ஷன். ஆக்சுவலாக நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம்னா குரூப்பிங்கில் வந்து எனக்கு மேக்ஸிமம் வேரியபிள் நம்ம குரூப் பண்ணிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா நீங்கள் கன்சிடர் பண்ணும்போது உங்களுக்கு ரிசல்டன்ட்ல கிடைக்கிற வேரியபிள் வந்து இன்னும் ரெடியூஸ் ஆகிடும். அதாவது என்ன சொல்றாரு அப்படின்னா ஒரு 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 டோன்ட் கேரை கன்சிடர் பண்ணி நீங்கள் ஒரு டெரிவேஷனை கொண்டு வரும்போது 1 or 2 லாஜிக் கேட்ஸ் வந்து ரெடியூஸ் ஆகும், அதோட ஆப்ரேஷன்ஸ் வந்து ரெடியூஸ் ஆகும். அப்போ நம்ம 2 or 3 வயர்ஸ் வந்து விட்டுடலாம், 2 லாஜிக் கேட்ஸோட ஆப்ரேஷன்ஸ் வந்து அதில் இல்லாமல் போகும். காஸ்ட் வைஸ், சைஸ் வைஸ், ஆல் தீஸ் திங்ஸ் வில் பி ரெடியூஸ்ட். ஸோ அப்போ கன்க்ளூஷன் என்ன அப்படின்னா இந்த கேஸில் நம்ம டோன்ட் கேரை கன்சிடர் பண்ணால் இங்கே 4 வேரியபிள் குரூப்பிங் குட் பி பாசிபிள் அப்படிங்கிற நெசசிட்டி வரும்போது we are giving priority for the don't care. Clear? Unnecessarily you no need to give the priority, but if there is any necessity don't care consider பண்றதால என்னோட boolean expression simplify ஆகுது அப்படினா that is the one and only point where we are giving priority for your don't care in K map. Clear? Yes, let's continue our journey. Next அவ்வளவுதான், எல்லாத்தையும் group பண்ணியாச்சு. ஏதாச்சும் வேரியபிள் மிஸ் ஆகுதா? எஸ், இந்த 1 மிஸ் ஆகுதுங்க. ஆனா இந்த 1 வந்து நம்ம என்ன பண்ண முடியும்? see இந்த 1ஐயுமே நம்ம 4ல பண்ணிடலாம். how? இந்த don't care நீங்க கன்சிடர் பண்ணிட்டீங்க அப்படினா here also இந்த 4 வேரியபிள்ஸ் வந்து நம்மளால group பண்ண முடியும். இந்த 1க்காக I can consider these 4 people. so happily 4 groupingல நம்ம எல்லாரையுமே group பண்ணி முடிச்சாச்சு. Let's write the answer for this guys. Listen guys, how will you write the answer for this one, right? So the resultant answer for this function can be written as output of this function is going to be, guys listen, actually this is in max term form, right? இவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம், definitely we will multiply. Now see there, இந்த இடத்துல 4 variables இருக்கு, so we have to consider 4 these people, that is we have to consider all these people. But the thing is, if you are considering எல்லா peopleயுமே நீங்க group பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா resultant value is going to be 1. First thing is, if I will group all these people, இப்போ நீங்க இந்த இதுல இருக்க எல்லா பர்சன் நீங்க கன்சிடர் பண்றீங்க அப்படின்னா automatically this resultant value, if I will club this one, this resultant value is going to be 1. See there, from this, for an example, இப்போ இவங்க 4 பேர் ஆட் பண்ணுங்க, if I will add these 4 people, what you will get? First, from these 2 people we can take c bar outside. C bar உள்ள எடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னா d plus d bar will become 1 plus, இப்போ இவங்க ரெண்டு பேர்ல இருந்து you can take c outside, d plus d bar will become 1 such that c plus c bar automatically will become 1. So see there, அப்ப இந்த 4 cells grouping ல நம்ம எல்லாரையுமே ஆட் பண்ண வேண்டியது இருக்கு. So the necessity already AND operation perform பண்ணியாச்சு. Now we have to perform OR operation. But the problem is what? If I will add all these people, that is resultant is equal to 1. So always எல்லா possibility இந்த சைடுல இருக்க எல்லா காம்பினேஷன் நீங்க ஆட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா that will be equal to 1, right? So such that what will happen? See there, இவங்க ரெண்டு பேரையும் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும்? We have to multiply. But this whole combination will giving us 1 now. இது மொத்தமே 1 தான், 1 into a bar b bar. See there, இப்போ இந்த செல்ல நம்ம யாரை கன்சிடர் பண்ணோம், வெர்டிகல்ல only one cell, இந்த செல்லோட வேல்யூ கன்சிடர் பண்ணோம். ஹரிசாண்டலா I have to consider 4 people, so 4 people, if I group these 4 people, these 4 people will give you 1. So 1 into a bar b bar such that the first variable will going to be a bar b bar plus second one, right? So we had been grouped with these 2 persons. இப்போ இவங்களை group பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா, such means see there, இப்போ இவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் நீங்க ஆட் பண்ணணும், already AND operation is over, AND operation is over. Similarly இந்த இடத்துல இவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் நீங்க ஆட் பண்ணணும். First you have to perform and then again crossல நீங்க இவங்க ரெண்டு பேரை கன்சிடர் பண்ணும்போது மல்டிப்ளை தான் பண்ணணும், right? Because a bar b bar into c bar d bar, that is min term format, right? But sideல இருக்க variables நீங்க ஆட் பண்றீங்க. See there, இந்த ரெண்டு பேரும் நீங்க addition தான் பண்ணணும், because first min term second min term இது வந்து செப்பரேட்டா இருக்கு, right? இந்த வேரியபிள் வேற, இந்த வேரியபிள் வேற, a bar b bar வேற, a bar b வேற. அப்ப அவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் நீங்க ஒண்ணா கிளப் பண்ணனும் அப்படினா ஆட் பண்ணனுமா இல்ல மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணனுமா? You have to add. Why? Because இவங்களுக்குள்ள AND operation is over. Now we have to perform OR operation in order to club them together, right? Fine. So அப்ப நீங்க OR operation perform பண்றீங்க அப்படினா see there, இப்போ இந்த செல்ல கன்சிடர் பண்ணும்போது இவங்க ரெண்டு பேரை கன்சிடர் பண்ணனும், இவங்க ரெண்டு பேரை கன்சிடர் பண்ணனும், கரெக்ட்டா? So இவங்க ரெண்டு பேரை கன்சிடர் பண்ணீங்க அப்படினா a bar you can take it out, from this a bar you can take it out, so b plus b bar will be 1 such that here we are getting a bar dot இந்த பக்கம் யார் வருவா, take c bar outside, d plus d bar will be equal to 1, so 1 into c bar will give you c bar such that we are getting a bar c bar plus let's continue our operation. Let's take this one. இப்போ இந்த பாசிபிலிட்டி எடுத்துக்கலாமா? இப்போ இதுல எந்தெந்த செல் நீங்க கன்சிடர் பண்ணணும்? We have to consider these 2 cells. இப்போ இவங்க ரெண்டு பேர்ல யார் காமனா இருக்கா? b bar is common, a plus a bar will be 1. அதே மாதிரி இந்த சைடுல இவங்க ரெண்டு பேர், right? So see there, இப்போ இந்த செல் இதோட vertical position இத கன்சிடர் பண்ணனும், அதே மாதிரி இதோட vertical position this one. ஹரிசாண்டல்ல யார் இருக்கா? These 2 guys. இப்போ இவங்க ரெண்டு பேர்ல காமனா யார் எடுத்துக்கலாம்? Can we take d outside? Yes, c plus c bar will be 1, so d will become common such that d into b, right? So or we can say b bar into d. So that is the simplified version. That is the simplified version of the given sum of products. Yes, that is called what? Sum of product only. Sum of product. Now, how many terms are being expressed here? Totally we got 3 terms. In your examinations, at sometimes you will be tested for number of terms. Questionல வந்து எத்தனை வந்து possible output terms வந்து இங்க கேட்பாங்க. Outputல எத்தனை possible output terms வந்து வந்திருக்குன்னு கேட்பாங்க, right? So term 1, term 2, term 3. Totally we got 3 possible outcomes, right? So the number of possible terms are 3, and this is the output function for the given what I can say given sum of product, right? So let's continue our journey with a few more examples in order to get the clear idea. I think class is going good. Yeah, let us consider some other variables. In the same way, for an example, a function is given like this: a comma b comma c comma d, summation of min terms. It is given as 0 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3 4. Let me consider 12 13 15, right? And don't care is given as, let us consider some 5 and 7. Okay, that is given. Shall we perform the operation? You please do it by yourself, don't wait for me. I know now you get the idea. Shall we perform? Yes. Once again, the possibilities are, இங்க யார் யாருங்க வருவாங்க? A bar, B bar. This is going to be A bar B. Now let me write, that is AB, this is going to be A, B bar. And this is going to be C bar, D bar, C bar D, CD, CD bar. Values இங்க யார் வருவா? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Correcta? That is the order. Last time தான் நம்ம பார்த்தோம். அப்படி தான் வரும், right? Let's see. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's all. And then 5 கிடையாது, right? 5ல don't care இருக்கா, 6 யாருமே கிடையாது, 7 don't care இருக்கா, let's consider. And then 8 no, 9 no, 10 no, 11 no, that is actually 11 is here, 10 is here, right? And then 12 yes, 13 yes, 14 no, 15 yes. Am I correct? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 no, sorry 5 எங்க இருக்கு, sorry இங்க 4 இருக்கா, 5 don't care, 6 no, 7 don't care, and then 8 no, 9, 10, 11, 12 is there, 13 is there, 14 is not there, 15 is there. Yes. Shall we start the grouping? Of course. Your first you should think, right? நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னா first 8 variables possibility இருக்கா அப்படிங்கிறது, guys listen, forgive me, I made a, this is not don't care, sorry, they are max terms, right? Please forgive me, unconscious. Let's start our journey. So anyway, we have to start from 8 and then we have to check 4, 2, 1 possibilities of grouping, right? So let's start our journey. What we need to do? 4 grouping, sorry 8 grouping possibility இருக்கா பாருங்க. 8 எங்கேயாச்சும் இருக்கா? I don't think that is 8 is available here. 8 கிடையாதுல? No, 8 is not there. Shall we go ahead with the 4? Yes. See there, first I can group immediately. My mind is clicking this one, right? So I just take a shot of this 4 variable. Yes, we can group this one. Similarly, in order to group, right? So இப்போ இந்த variables அதே மாதிரி இங்க என்ன பண்ணலாம்? We can group this one. Yes, we can group like this, right? Similarly, we can also group this one. We can also group this one. I mean, if I use this don't care use பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா 4 variable grouping is possible. Happily we can let this one also. So in this case also we are not getting what any 2 terms, right? See, let me do one thing for your understanding. Let me insert one more variable here. What shall we do? Not here. Let us consider 0. Let us consider some variable here. Actually what we have here 8, 9, 10, 11, right? So that is, let me consider 10 also. 10 எங்க consider பண்ணலாம்? இங்க போட்டுக்கலாமா? 10. Okay, that's fine. So 10 நம்ம consider பண்ணிக்கலாம். இப்போ பாருங்க, இப்போ 10ல நம்ம என்ன பண்ண முடியாது. So here we have one more one. இப்போ 4 grouping is over. Next, this one cannot be grouped with 4 possibilities because இந்த edgeல value இருக்கு, இந்த edgeல value இருக்கு. Suppose இந்த edgeல value இருந்ததுன்னா 4 grouping possible. இந்த cornerல இருக்க cells எல்லாமே adjacent to each other, so we can group them. This one with this one, இந்த 4 பேரையும் நம்ம group பண்ண முடியும். But unfortunately here I don't have one. Next, அப்போ 4 is not possible with this one. Immediately let us 4 இல்லனா அடுத்து யாரு 2 தான், right? First 8 இங்க கிடையாது. 4 பத்தி நம்ம think பண்ணோம். 4 ஓட possibility எல்லாமே முடிச்சாச்சு. Next நான் 2 பத்தி தான் யோசிக்கணும் because this one cannot be grouped with the 4 possibility, right? So immediately when I am thinking about 2ல என்ன மாதிரி possibilities இருக்கா? Yes, we can group these 2 person. Can I group like this? Exactly. Guys listen, இந்த இவங்க ரெண்டு பேரையும் நீங்க டைரக்டா பண்ணக்கூடாது because that is called cross grouping. That is not possible, right? So one is vertical grouping is possible, horizontal grouping is possible, right? Fine. Let's continue our journey. So we can group these 2 persons such that let us write the final answer. Y is equal to, first of all, see there, all these people had been grouped together. It means you will have to add all these people. எல்லாரையுமே add பண்ணீங்கன்னா result value is 1 into A bar B bar such that your answer is A bar B bar plus second possibility. Let's take this grouping. இப்போ இதல பாருங்க, we have to consider these 2. Do you have a common term? Yes, B is common. Similarly, இவங்க ரெண்டு பேர் இங்க காமனா யார் இருக்கா? C bar. So B dot C bar. So the next value is B dot C bar plus, because we are writing it what? We are writing sum of product, right? Sum of product, right? Let's continue. In the box எழுதுங்க. Again common, இந்த box ஓட common here, B is common, right? B is common. அதே மாதிரி இங்க யார் காமனா இருக்கா? This is D is common such that this is going to be B into D. Next, last 2 grouping. இந்த ரெண்டு cells consider பண்ணோம். This one here we have A bar, sorry AB, here we have A bar B. இவங்க ரெண்டு பேர்ல காமனா யார் இருக்கா? B bar is common. because a plus a bar is 1. அதே மாதிரி இங்க vertical யார் இருக்கா c d bar, right, such that your answer is going to be what, b bar c d bar. Clear? One step we get the answer. Clear? Yeah, we are getting the answer. Clear? That is how we are reducing the k-map variables, right? So similarly, in the same way we can perform what I can say product of sum also. There is no big difference, right? Because in product of sum நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போறோம், இங்க ஆட் பண்றீங்களா, அங்க மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணனும், இங்க மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணா அங்க ஆட் பண்ணனும், அவ்வளவுதானங்க. வேற ஏதாவது புதுசா நம்ம பார்த்தோமா? No, there are no. இங்க இதுக்கு அப்படியே காம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் எடுத்தீங்கன்னா that will give you what, product of sum, right? So tomorrow I will take few more examples. Product of sum just I will explain, right? Because but you will see in your examination almost, right, 95% your questions will be what, in product of sum only. But understanding the sum of product is pretty simple and that is necessary, because at sometimes ப்ராடக்ட் டேரெக்டாக என்ன பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க அப்படின்னா ப்ராடக்ட் ஆஃப் சம்ம கொடுத்துருவாங்க, ரைட். அதனால தான் ரேராக கொஸ்டின்ஸ் வரதால தான் நீங்கள் கன்ஃபியூஸ் ஆகிறீங்க, ரைட். ஸோ லெட் மீ டெமான்ஸ்ட்ரேட் இன் அவர் டுமாரோ செஷன். ஐ வில் டேக் ப்ராடக்ட் ஆஃப் சம் ஆல்சோ, ரைட். ஐ வில் டேக் few more examples, right, and then we will solve. There are plenty of questions in your exam, right. We will take all those questions and I will solve them in order to get the clear idea. Then automatically we will start the second chapter, that is combination circuits of our digital, right. I hope things are very clear to you all. If you have any other doubts, you can ask in the group, right. So let's wind up with this. Thank you all.